That was his plan. That we would live, loved ones, of his love. And that's the way we put it. That with his love, we would sense all the things that love brings. Love brings some obvious things with it, you know. If you know that the Father loves you with all his heart, then you have a great sense of security in him. Because he owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. If he loves you, he's certainly going to look after you, whatever the economics of the country are like. And so it brings a great sense of security, love does. You know it, you husbands and wives. So good when you have somebody who loves you, isn't it? So good. It's interesting when you lie in their arms, you know, you just feel safe. It's just so good to feel safe. Or you remember with our dads or mums, it was so good. When they put you to bed, you just felt safe. You felt they would protect you from all the evils outside. They felt they would supply you with food, and they would supply you with clothes, all that. Things come from love that we need. It gives you a great sense of your own importance. You remember how your dad used to make you feel important? And your mum? It's amazing. I mean, we make our children feel really important because they are dear to us. It's a pity that sometimes they're so dear to us at the beginning and then we get used to them and they don't continue to be dear to us. But love tends to give a person a sense of value and a sense of worth. And that was God's plan with us, you see. That even the little beggar that is dying today on the streets of Bombay of starvation, with no parents and no children and no relatives, that even that little beggar, that old wizened man, would know that his Father noticed him, had numbered the hairs of his head, and cared about him, and that he was one of the most important people in the world. That's God's plan for us, see. And then that in that love would just have a great sense of completeness and happiness and satisfaction. And that was God's plan, you remember. And here's the way we put it, because it might help you to see it more clearly. There, you see. But it would work like that. That God's love would give us this sense of security. We'd know that he cared for us, that he was looking out for us. That would come into our own spirits and go out through our minds and emotions and out through our bodies and out to the world. And we'd fill the world with a sense of safety and security. And we would be givers. We wouldn't be takers, we would be givers. And we'd have a sense of significance, importance, a sense of value in God's eyes, and so we wouldn't be trying to get everybody else to make us important. We would be actually free to love other people freely, because we wouldn't need anything from them. We were getting it from God. Of course, it transforms a marriage, you know, because you're not always looking to the other person for something. You're filled with satisfaction yourself, so you're giving to them. And that's the same with happiness, you know. We wouldn't be all looking out, oh, can I get a better vacation, or can I get a job that will be a fun job? You'd be happy in God just with him, just walking through the world with him beside you. And you'd begin to give to the world. And that was the Father's plan for us. Here's the way God put it, loved ones. He said in Genesis chapter 2 it is, and verse 9, he put it in kind of simple terms, because in the early years of mankind, that's the way we understood things. We hadn't got all sophisticated as we have today. Genesis 2 and verse 9, and out of the ground the Lord God made to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden. That's what it was. It was the tree of life. It's another name for God's love or for his Spirit. We were meant to live off the life of God.